Friday, October 18th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. There is a look during the 5 o'clock hour this morning at Banner Elk up in the North Carolina mountains. Temperature there 38 degrees with a light southwest wind, and we have a little bit of a fresh supply of some cooler and drier air beginning to spill on into the region. Yesterday we had a high of 71 in Charlotte, 69 the best we could do in Greensboro. A little warmer further to the south and east. In fact, all the way up to 85 yesterday in Columbia and 77 in Raleigh. Some 80s for a lot of the coast yesterday as well. And we had some rain move through. I'll show you rain amounts in just a second. 56 degrees in Greensboro. Notice at Boone down to 48, but still 70 in Columbia and close to 70 in many coastal spots here during the 5 o'clock hour. A few showers in the Sandhills down toward the Midlands of South Carolina. And that is the zone that will have the best chance today of seeing a few showers. Now, again, yesterday's rain, as expected, kind of underwhelming. Now, there was actually some rain, very light trace amounts in some spots where you don't see any color shading, but certainly, as expected, this was not a very big rain event. Most folks less than 1/10 of an inch of rain. A few folks managed to get up toward 2/10 of an inch, but that was pretty much the upper end here across much of the region. So here's the setup today. Low pressure sliding along the coast. Some showers in eastern North Carolina down into South Carolina. Maybe the southern Piedmont seeing a loose shower or two, but I think most spots along the I-85 corridor are probably dry today. Now tomorrow, as that next cold front slides in, a lot of cloud cover, and I think we have to mention the chance of at least a few showers grazing on through. But you notice here on the RPM, these are the RPM rain totals. Most of the rain staying down toward South Carolina and eastern North Carolina, the foothills, and a lot of the Piedmont seeing very little. Now, the GFS on the same general idea train here as the RPM modeling is. Now, the European does bring a little bit more rain back further to the west, about a quarter inch or so for Charlotte and Greensboro. But again, I think that's probably a little bit overdone. I think as we go through our Saturday, we need to mention a lot of clouds and the chance of a few showers, few areas of some rain, but I don't think it's going to be able to amount to a whole lot. Now, next week, I'm going to show you some model graphics on this in just a second, but here's the general idea. Cold front slides through. Behind it, the chilliest air easily so far this season arrives, and we could very well see some Piedmont lows well down into the 30s by the end of next week. Again, more on that coming up in just a second. Fall color report. There was a great shot from yesterday from Skip Sickler. This was along the Blue Ridge Parkway there near Linville Falls. And we continue to have some pretty nice color spread throughout the mountains. More and more color now continuing to spread to the lower mountain elevations as well. And this will be a great weekend to check out the fall color if you want to head up that way to the high country. Now on to the modeling. These are the European upper air charts. This is Saturday, tomorrow. That next trough driving a cold front through. But here's the big deal for next week. This is Wednesday evening. Very sharp trough pivoting into the eastern parts of the country. Associated with that trough, some chilly air. These are 850 millibar temperatures, so this is basically the temperature up about 5,000 feet. And your freezing line at 850 down to roughly I-20. As you get on out to, this is Wednesday evening of next week. Now, the ensemble mean, in general agreement with the scenario, as is often the case, it's not quite as chilly as the operational, but certainly the idea is there that a good shot of cold air is coming later next week. Now, I didn't throw the different models on there, but there are some timing differences with exactly when the coldest air arrives. The GFS is a little quicker than the European, but the bottom line is later on next week, a good shot of cold air is coming and probably another one following it a little bit thereafter. That's what it looks like on the surface of the European Wednesday evening. Big Canadian high pressure building southward. That's a sharp cold front moving through. And actually at times there's even been some indications on the modeling of the first snowflakes of the season up here in some of the mountains. Something kind of interesting to watch for sure. And one more ensemble mean chart for you. This is the ensemble mean on the European for Saturday morning. That's a very good indication of Arctic high pressure building down through the Ohio Valley. And that's a well-defined signature on the ensemble mean of a big sprawling high pressure that moves in. And the GFS has that too, as kind of a renewed surge of chillier air arrives behind the initial surge late next week. So there you go. A lot of cooler weather is on the way. A lot of the region is going to pick up most likely the first frost and or freeze of the season in the course of the next 10 days or so. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.